Good morning, everyone. Good morning to all of the Department of Energy employees that are here today and all those that are watching in our laboratories and offices across the country. I'm Grace Bohenick, and for the past few months, I've had the distinct honor to serve as the Acting Secretary of Energy. And today, it is a great pleasure. I get to turn over the keys to this amazing department to our new secretary, Rick Perry. I would also like to just say that he joins our family, and we're really excited about it. For those of you who may not know much about our new secretary, let me just give you a little bit of background. You know, he grew up in a tiny town of Paint Creek, Texas, and I did Google it. And you're right, it's a very tiny town where he farmed and ranched with his parents. He left Paint Creek to attend Texas A&M. And after, there, we got a few Texans in the crowd. After graduating from A&M, Secretary Perry joined the Air Force as a pilot. Yay. Yes, all right, woo! Flying a C-130 tactical airlift aircraft in both Europe and the Middle East. And following his service in uniform, Secretary Perry returned back home, working on the ranch with his father, and then he began this storied career in public service to the people of Texas. He is the longest serving governor in Texas history, having led Texas from 2000 to 2015. And as governor, Secretary Perry championed common sense principles that helped Texas become America's economic engine. Under his leadership, Texas became a national leader for job creation, innovation, which is near and dear to our heart, and population growth. Secretary Perry's lifetime of public service has brought him to the helm of the Department of Energy. Mr. Secretary, before I turn this podium over to you, please let me say what an honor it has been to serve this department and the employees here. You will find some of the brightest minds on the planet in this building and in our national labs and in all of our offices across the country. Our employees are dedicated, hardworking people who come to work every day and want to solve problems. I'm sure you'll find a good share of Texans, like you heard, in our ranks, and you'll feel right at home here. The people in this room and those watching across the Department of Energy enterprise are true assets of this department. You know, they, or I should say we, will help you solve any challenge you put in front of us. And I know we are all eager to get to work. So with that, Mr. Secretary, it is my honor to welcome you to the United States Department of Energy.
Thanks for the job you did. Appreciate it. Thank you. Grace, thank you very much for the last, I didn't want you to have to work that long, if you want to know the truth of the matter. So it's kind of like, it was really a pretty fascinating process the last 5 weeks as we waited, but knowing that it was in the capable hands of an extraordinary scientist and a good manager, I wasn't fretting it too much. I won't correct you many times, but I just can't let it get by. Paint Creek's not a town. You honor us by, saying that it could get into the category of a town. It actually wasn't even on the map until I got to be the governor. And being the governor, you get to name the commissioners of the Department of Transportation. And one of the first things I did is say, right here on the map, I want you to put a little dot and put Paint Creek. So I guess you could literally say, I did put Paint Creek on the map. And I actually, with you making the remarks about the extraordinarily brilliant men and women, not that are just in this building, that are in those national labs out there, I went to college. My lifetime dream was to be a veterinarian. And from a very young age, I knew that I wanted to go to school at Texas A&M. I wanted to be a veterinarian. And organic chemistry made a pilot out of me. So those of you who are extraordinarily brilliant scientists in those arenas, I admire you greatly. And getting to be able to come to this agency is an extraordinary journey for me. I still get reminded on a regular basis of something I couldn't remember in a debate about this agency. And that I think that was either in late 2011. I think that was about the right date. Now, I want to share with you so you'll kind of understand my journey along this way to end up right here, and for you to know what a powerful advocate you are going to have in that corner office. And it started when one of the universities in my home state, while I was still the governor, was bidding on the opportunity to be a managing partner of one of the national labs, Sandia. I had a very cursory knowledge of the Department of Energy prior to that. But going through this process of working with not only Texas A&M, but in the University of Texas, and knowing and learning about what you do and the potential of what we have in front of us and the jewels that these national labs are, gave me this incredibly new appreciation about the Department of Energy, about each of you and the role that you play, the importance of commercialization of technology. And Grace and I were talking about that and what they do at her lab, and think about the ability that you have, and that we collectively have in front of us, with the proper management and authority and direction, to literally go change the world. I mean, what a cool place to get up every day and go work at, that has the potential to do that. You realize how fortunate you are to be a part of that. I mean, there are literally millions of people around the world today that would give anything to be in your shoes, to be a part of something so consequential. Grace and I were talking about what happened some years ago at that facility of which she oversees, that affected my home state in a powerful way. You think about what George Mitchell and that lab did together, working on how do you extract this product from the earth that has been so difficult, and the hydraulic fracturing literally changed the world. And the agency you work at was right at the epicenter of that. What's next? Is it in cybersecurity? Is it in supercomputing? Is it in something that even you haven't dreamed up yet? That's the exciting thing. I mean, I am truly grateful to the President and to the Vice President for the opportunity to come and do this. And the more I learn, not just about this agency, but about the men and women. And here's what one of the things I wanted to share with you today is Emil, you and I have known each other since I was a baby legislator in 1985, the first time we ever met. Some of you, most of you were meeting for the first time. But I want you to know that I look at this as a team. Yeah, I'm a manager. I managed the 12th largest economy in the world for 14 years. I know how to manage. And one of the reasons I was a successful manager is because I was pretty good at analyzing and hiring good people and empowering them. You all are brilliant, hardworking, dedicated Americans that care about the future of this country. My job is going to be partly in listening to you and getting feedback from you. And whether you're listening somewhere outside of this building, I want you to know that I care about your ideas. I grew up on a farm. Most of the individuals who I grew up with never had the inclination or the privilege to go to education past high school. Some of them didn't even make that. But the brilliance that so many of them brought to manufacturing, John Deere would go out into those communities and ask those farmers for the input that they had seen either with their equipment or how to develop that. And there are so many of you that have solutions to challenges that we have, but maybe for whatever reason it just hadn't flowed up to the right place. Now I want you to know that this office is going to be open to you, to your ideas, to the solutions, to the results that can really affect this country and this world we live in. I'm so looking forward to visiting with the national labs. I'm going to try to visit as many of them as I can, as soon as I can. With that said, you'll see me here a lot in the next weeks and months as we get this agency headed in some particular directions, and I'll be truly intrigued with your input as we go forward. Just so you'll kind of understand a little bit of philosophically about, so when then President-elect called me and said, hey, will you come up here and visit with me about helping us out? And it was really a pretty interesting conversation. We had been rivals. I said some pretty harsh things about the president. I can assure you one thing, he is a very forgiving man. Generally. He said, look, Perry, here's what I want you to do. He said, I want you to do for American Energy what you did for Texas. For those of you who watched us over that decade, 14 years, that Texas became a very successful state, promoting that state, the things that we did, the regulatory reform that we put into place. Those are things that I want to hear back from you. Where do you see the hurdles that are stopping a lab from being able to address the next big thing that they're working on? Flow that information back. Do for America Energy what you did for Texas. How we promote this extraordinary resource that we have. Making sure that the world understands that it's going to be American technology. And a lot of times, I hope, coming right out of the DOE, that is allowing this country to be more secure, economically, militarily. I'm really excited about being a part of this. I think it's one of the grandest times, maybe in my lifetime, to be an American. I hope everyone in this office and in this auditorium and that's listening to this webcast is as excited about being a part of the Department of Energy as I am. About the potential that we have. When you look at this very difficult world that we live in, what this agency does on the side of nuclear energy and the arsenal that you oversee. It's a sobering moment as well. On the one side of what this agency does relative to the labs and to the opportunities on commercialization and et cetera, and the next big things and ideas that most people in the world haven't even dreamt of. Yet on the other side, we have this extraordinary responsibility of the safety, of the modernization of an arsenal that has the potential to be as devastating as anything that the world's ever seen. And that responsibility, both in keeping it safe and in modernizing it, and obviously of cleaning up after the Cold War, is a really, really powerful responsibility, and one that we all understand the importance of, that we take with great and extraordinary seriousness. As we work together, as we go forward, I hope each of you know that I want you to reach your potential. I want you to get up every day and go, I'm a lucky person to get to go to work at the Department of Energy every day because of what you have the potential to do. The legacy that you have within your grasp is extraordinary. I'm proud to be an American every day. But today, I am truly blessed and as proud as I've ever been to say that I am on a team of men and women who have the potential to change the world. God bless you, and thank you for being here today.